All right, welcome back to the Surly Talk Sports Podcast, the review podcast brought to you by our great mates at the TAB and Michelob Ultra. Cheers to both of them for getting around Surly Talk Sport. Great sporting weekend just been. All Blacks, week one of the Nations Championship, NRL, NRLW, Football World Cup. Holy, really starting to heat up. We just finished watching the England-Mexico game. That was insane.
It was a game of the tournament.
Yeah.
No doubt. Like, there's been some great games. Even this morning, Brazil-Norway was a cracker too.
Yeah, that was good.
Good football game too. But yeah, England, eh? It's coming home. Like, we were singing it going up the stairs to the studio.
Hey Jude, it's coming home.
Yeah. There'll be a bit of Oasis Wonderwall going. Can't wait for those social videos.
I tell you, I've got some mates in London at the moment. They must be having the time of their lives, eh?
Oh, it's 2, 3 a.m. at the moment.
Oh, they'll be ripping,
They will still be going, and they'll go to work at 6 a.m. So
yeah, they're piss fit, eh?
They love it.
Really are piss fit. Of course, the NBA world continues to tick, post some crazy trades, but now I feel like the All Blacks is the main talking point. Producer Henry, how was Christchurch, mate? You called it the sporting capital of New Zealand when you strutted in this morning. I find it hard to disagree because of that beautiful stadium, but I can imagine the weekend really has you swept up and loving the O3.
Yeah, it does. It was good. It was a good vibe around there. I wasn't there for the Warriors, which I was disappointed to be able to kind of add to my atmosphere that I've been down there for.
Yeah.
Incredible. Love the stadium. It just gets better. Like, you don't go once and the novelty wears off. It's a great stadium. It's a good vibe. I actually walked down the main street, sort of like where the Warriors Hikoi was down the street. And it was great vibe. Lots of shirts around. Like, no chance, which is a very rugby thing.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of people, like a fan walk. Streets were packed. A lot of people in bars nice and early on the Saturday. 7 o'clock kickoff. The vibe. I was in town at the Riverside Market at about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Unbelievable spot. Like, everyone was there already getting into their work in the pubs, sort of going from bar to bar. But yeah, I think Christchurch is maybe a couple more NRL games, maybe a new NRL team, but some more Super Rugby there, a couple more All Blacks tests, and then it'll really, really get into its work. I know the All Whites are taking a game down there in November, so that'll be good, and I think the Phoenix will take a derby down there, I think, maybe. So when it's going well, it's an unreal stadium, so I think it could get the sporting capital tag.
Hey, let's wait and see. Obviously, the roof, what a tool that is to have, and it made for some running rugby, 34 points to 32. If this is the style of footy we're in for under this coaching group, then I can't wait for this next little 1.5 years, I guess you would say, up until the World Cup, just running footy, playing what's in front of you, manipulating defences with multiple different attacking shapes, playing short sides as well as playing to width. I loved what the All Blacks showed after only 6 training sessions, and if this is what Mike Blair can achieve in that short amount of time, then I reckon we can get to some crazy areas. I see a few people being critical out there. We'll touch on the whole defensive side shortly. But to me, I left this just being like, shit, this is All Blacks footy of old. And I think it needs to be really known. 6 training sessions. There's not a lot you can achieve. The fact that they were able to implement this attacking shape and plan as well as they did in those 6 sessions, like, this will just be the surface for them.
Yeah, it was a positive start. Like, no one will get carried away. Dave Rennie said after the game that we weren't jumping up and down and high-fiving each other after the game, but it's sort of a tick in the win column, obviously, and then the performance. Yeah, scrappy for some points, but like the intent, the optimism, which is a buzzword, so bingo card worthy optimism, how many times we mentioned that. But yeah, it was just a solid performance first up. We talked about the rustiness, how it could have, in the past, it's been an issue. And I think defensively a bit rusty, getting used to the patterns. But defence is an effort thing. And Sam Darren, Xavier Numia said today that there's no real excuses around it. Like, a lot of the defensive pattern stuff that Tana Umaga was doing with them is effort-based. So to concede 5 tries or 4, whatever it was, they were disappointed. But yeah, it's a start.
Just on the D, I understand people aren't too happy. Anytime an All Blacks team concedes 32 points, it's going to be the talk of the town. I will say 87% tackle success isn't bad at all. And I actually thought that, yes, that's way too many points to concede, but I think it was both attacks that were pretty outstanding that led to the 66 total points. Like France, they score in the first minute. You watch that try back, beautiful attacking shape. They shift the ball to an edge. They breach us down the sideline. They come back with a 3-4-1 shape, so a pod of 3, pod of 4, and then they have an edge flanker. That 4-man pod literally means that All Blacks defenders can't swim off that. They play out the back. They've got a stack shape with Jelly Bear and the winger in behind. That manipulates. Geordie has to bite in on that forward, and then they go in beautifully. Like, there is nothing defensively, really, that the All Blacks could do there. Our second try, a great example of All Blacks attack shape, and I love that sequence that we pulled out, and that was actually my Michelob moment of the game. This was the try where I was like, hell yeah, we're on here. We have a scrum on the upright inside our own 22. Normally this is where you see teams exit, right? Midfield scrum, great place, great position to attack from, but normally we just see midfield carry and we exit, or we exit off the first phase. Instead, the All Blacks know that the French have to drop a winger back for that kick threat. So we move the ball to space. Will Jordan, we execute that perfectly. Then Roygaard, Artie with quick pick and goes, sucks in French defenders. Then from there we play our three-man pod. We launch out the back to Ruben Love, who hits D-Mac, and it results in a beautiful length of the field try. So often you see teams just settle there. They're like, shit, we're in our own 22. Defensive mindset, early in the game, down. They're like, we just need to get out of here and play field position. I thought both team attack shape was beautiful, a willingness to move the ball, to attack short side, spread to width, short passing really nice, and it felt like run first was always the predominant option from both teams. Like, I think the French need more credit than a lot of people are giving them for. This whole B team thing, like, this was pretty much a Bordeaux orientated side. They're a bloody good team. There's a lot of combinations in there that have played a lot of footy together, and geez, that B team would beat a lot of international teams.
Yeah, it's hardly an understrength side. There's players there that are missing, but people are forgetting that the Bordeaux players are no joke. Like, they're European champions. They are elite players. They've all got like combinations with each other. Like, you can see that when you're watching them. They're an elite side. Like, yes, it's not full strength, but then you list the players that the All Blacks are missing too. The Scott Barretts, the Tamaiti Williamses, the Fabian Holland, like those Tupou Vai, like Lester Whanganguku. You list those players, and not saying that it was our B side, but there's definitely players that we're missing too. So, and yeah, the defence was not great, but also the attacking flair of France, like those first try when they opened up. Geordie's stuck in a really tough position there. Because if he bites, you see what happens, but if he doesn't bite, they probably go in on the front door.
Yeah, they play the front door.
So, and they won't like that, the All Blacks. But yeah, and then when you go to the attacking stuff for the All Blacks, I completely love your breakdown. Like, Ruben Love, that's where the dual playmaker is really elite. And I know that people don't like the dual playmaker in New Zealand. They've got flashbacks from maybe the 2019 World Cup where it was Mo'unga Bowden or whatever that was. But what I really like from Ruben Love is when he attacked the line, he took that step, that, you know, that Izia Katoa step, the step in, and then he's out. Up. And he sort of was attacking with real speed. So he would catch the ball, speed, and then it was out the back. And if you're giving it out the back to Damian McKenzie, he can then go and he's firing it to Caleb Clark. He's firing it to Will Jordan. And it's a different game because you have that playmaker there that knows what to do with the next pass, right?
Yeah, and D-Mac, like, his depth and timing on the ball is beautiful. We see that stack shape a lot now, out the back of pod play, and it is so... If you can have basically 2 10s there, then it's an ultimate hack because you're going to find space every time. I also feel like the All Blacks were really moving the ball. The 3-second... Have you seen the ruck speed?
Yeah.
81% of time we were 3 seconds or quicker. The French 77%. That is so hard to defend regardless of what defensive system you're running. If the ball is that quick from the ruck, then fatigue creeps in. Guys are going to shift in to try and stop teams coming through the middle, and it's going to expose gaps on the edges. Just for a bit of relevance, 67% was the amount of rucks less than 3 seconds in that South Africa-England game. So it just shows this game was played at a whole nother tempo. Every time throughout this game, I expected this one to slow down, and it was just relentless in pace. It never stopped for a breath, which shows the fitness levels of both teams, but also the lack of stoppages, like that skill set stuff. There are a few times there where both us and the French caught each other out with how quickly we were going at lineouts. I felt like the 80 minutes just flew by.
Yeah, there was a lot of ball in play, and a lot of that has to do with Luke Pearce, the referee, who I thought had a good game despite a lot of people.
I loved him.
Mate. Could speak French and English.
That's elite. Impressive. At one stage I was like, wait, is this guy French? And then you'd hear the accent and be like, no, he's not French. But I like the way he interacted with players. You know, when refs are really involved, sometimes they come across condescending, like, I'm the guy, I'm telling you. I feel like he explained it and spoke to players as if he was one of them.
And he overruled the TMO as well.
Yes.
For the knock-on, he could clearly see on the screen. And the All Blacks, clearly, the people upstairs doing the TV did a great job of immediately as it happened, they were like, nah, let's put this up on the big screen.
That's home ground
and
advantage.
not only did they put it on the big screen, they did it 3 times.
Yeah.
And every time the crowd got louder watching it, and then Lou Pearce was like, no, I'm having none of this. TMO changed it, overruled the TMO. I'm not sure what that exact communication was with the TMO, but I get the sense that he's made that decision. Love it. Enough about the referee, because otherwise we'll get people that will be like, the referee wasn't a player. But yeah, the All Blacks were great, and they've shown signs of being able to be clinical. That there was opportunities there where they'll want back.
Yeah, we missed a few.
But it shows that in 10 days, 6 training sessions, without game intensity in it, like they'll be so much better off for this performance. I know Wellington's going to be a little bit wet and windy, but like the final probably. So that's another interesting discussion. But yeah, it's positive from the start.
You can only imagine too, like those 10 days, they would be a whirlwind. In particular, if you're a new All Black, the media
a lot of content,
obviously new coaching staff, players getting constantly asked for interviews around all of that stuff. Like your head would be all over the shop if you're one of those guys. So I think they did insanely well. Yes, defense needs improvement, but I think the French attack needs a lot of credit too. And I just loved our style of play. Standouts for me, I had Derry. I thought he was our best on the paddock, which is pretty impressive. Him and Roygaard, probably right there, neck to neck. I thought both of them were really damn good. I thought Geordie Barrett was really good. Shout out to Geordie actually on that clean out for Roygaard's first try. He executed one of the grub moves perfectly. Came into clean, held on to Jalibert's leg so that he couldn't get out there. Roygaard just picks it up and goes straight through the space. That's eyes up football right there. And
Hope
that's
Luke Pearce isn't watching.
That's that brutality, though, that you talk about, right? It's just getting those little margins, those little advantages at the perfect time. I thought Will Jordan was really good. Apart from, D-Mac. I thought he was good at the back, as we mentioned. And Artie, the workhorse. I actually like the work of Fehe off the bench, too. And to be fair, I thought most of the All Blacks were really good. I think Caleb Clark, probably the one under most pressure this week to keep his spot.
I think they've always had this penciled in as Fehe starting in Wellington, because that kind of showed by having him on the bench too, so that actually this week he can play with a bit more freedom. He's not making his debut. He knows what it's like. He's come on for 15 minutes. I think that's why he came on, and because he'll start this week. Pardon me. Yeah, Sam Darry, brilliant. Exceptional. Like, I think I messaged you, there was 20 caps in the All Blacks locking trio that were in the game before the test match. So 20 tests between the 3 locks. Sam Darry was the one calling the line out. Josh Lord had played 8 tests, and Sam Darry had played 12. And they looked very, very good. Neil Barnes said he couldn't be more proud of the group. Jamie Hannah off the bench, debut. But like to have 2 players without any experience, their top 4 Premier locks, Fabian Holland, Tupou Vaa'i, Patrick Tuipulotu and Scott Barrett, all of those 4 out, to have the depth to be able to then put that performance in, I think it's a huge credit to them.
Yeah, big time. I thought for the French, Jalibert was very good. He is a footballer, man. I love his attacking mindset too, which is actually quite refreshing. Whenever you think French 10s, you think kick to the corner. He's got some razzle in him, and he created multiple opportunities. Well, he scored one himself, just a crash line, which is pretty bold from a 10, but his skill set really good. The outside backs, their 4-pack is ginormous too, but their ability to move the ball, really impressive. They've got themselves a squad.
Yeah, and they're under strength, but I think their props maybe were a little bit average coming off the bench, or I think it was our ones that were actually really good. I like the impact that we had. France, good side though. Good players. Maxime Lucu didn't have his best game.
Nah.
And they'll want some of those moments back, like a couple of average decisions, but they're a dangerous side.
If they grounded that ball, they win the game.
Yes.
They had multiple opportunities as well. So it's one from both teams that they probably look at and think we could have been better in these moments, and that might have swung the whole outcome. But overall, I think for a first hit out,
it was a good test.
People are being so critical, being like, we're going to have to be better by South Africa. No shit. Yeah. But we will be better.
You will be.
That was our first game of the year. We've had way worse first games of the year than that.
Yeah, when you compare it to Razor's, I don't want to double down on Razor, like I'm sure
he's copping it already.
It's tough enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look back to Razor's first game in 2024 against England and Dunedin, we won by 1 point, and we didn't look that great, and we just got the job done, and it was scrappy. Whereas this is a different. All Blacks fans want to win the game and look good doing it. And I felt like that's what it was on the weekend. Like, yes, it wasn't perfect, but we looked good. We attacked from everywhere, maybe from a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like a couple of opportunities. Like, I'm not sure Cam Roygaard will tap another ball in midfield ever again.
Did he think it was a free kick?
I don't know what he was doing.
Those where I was like, holy.
And Dave said straight away in the aftermatch, in the press conference, he was like, I'm not, like, we played with a lot of optimism, but I think a little bit too much at times. Like, we had a penalty inside the French half, and they had already given away 3 penalties, and the next one was probably a yellow card, and Cam taps the ball.
Yeah.
So I think they'll want some of those decisions back, but it's a good start.
Fuck, he's good, eh?
Cam Roygaard, what a player. Is he the best 9 in the world?
I think so, at the moment. But it's hard, right? Because a bit out of sight, out of mind, there's certain players overseas that would really put their hand
DuPont
up
just
too.
doesn't. I can't, until he comes down here,
Yeah.
I can't,
No.
No, it's no good.
Fair call, fair call. In terms of other results from the weekend, I was a little surprised to see Japan win fairly comfortably against Italy. I think it was 27-10, wasn't it? So a nice scoreline there. I was gutted for the Wallabies. I wanted them to win that game. Heartbreak for them at the death. Not an easy kick.
No.
In fact, a very hard kick. Never looked like going over, unfortunately. But again, I enjoyed their style of play, and I thought that game against Ireland was really good. Fiji-Wales, disappointing for Fiji. A home game for them, but it was played in Cardiff.
Yeah, they did. It was economic reasons, like money reasons.
Right.
So that's disappointing.
That's a real shame,
Yeah,
eh?
if they were able to host in Fiji, you'd assume they'd win that game, I would have thought.
And imagine what it would do to the locals,
Community,
man. They would go crazy. South Africa, way too strong for England. That was an impressive performance too.
Yeah, and they're an old side too.
Yeah.
Like, it was a slower game, but they stormed home, man. England have dropped off, but yeah, they're no slouches. They're motivated. They have some good players from the league up there, the top 14. A lot of the players playing there too, so it's a good win. But it was a bit interesting seeing a South African game played under lights.
Yeah.
You don't see that often.
No, that was weird, eh? Took a little while to
Ellis
adjust.
Park?
Yeah. Beautiful venue. And Argentina, too good for Scotland. Oh, Scotland, too good for Argentina.
It's a good result.
Sorry.
Good result.
Big result in Argentina.
It's a tough place to go.
It is a tough place to go. Shout out to Tonga, who beat Zimbabwe as well, as we would expect. But
Manu Samoa with a 66-19 win over Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, good to see those two teams getting dubs. You'd expect them to beat both of them, but come World Cup year, once they get that influx of players, hopefully they can take their game to another level. We, of course, take on Italy at the Cursed Cake Tin this weekend. I think we've lost 5 of our last 10 there, drawn
Something like that, yeah.
2-1-3. Not a great win rate. I was a little more nervous about this game prior to seeing that Japan-Italy result.
And how we played on the weekend.
Yeah, I think we should be too good for Italy, right?
I think they'll make some changes, though. And I'm sure we'll talk about it on the Thursday pod when that comes out, or the Wednesday, whatever we do. But it'll be kind of intriguing to see where Dave Rennie goes, because he could... I'd be resting Artie Sevilla in this one. He's played a lot of footy.
You said he copped a knock in the warm-up.
He did.
Okay.
And I actually got we asked him, and he sort of brushed it off, but he got an aggressive tackle on his groin, and he hit a nerve in his groin, and his whole thigh went numb for 2 minutes. Ooh. And he did not look good, man. We thought he was gone. Genuinely thought he was gone. Sort of started jogging around but limping. We were thinking, nah, he's no good. Then Neil Barnes was quickly runs over, gets Simon Parker and Segner and starts talking to them, and we're thinking, okay, shit, well, one of them's in and one of them's probably on the bench. And then next thing you know, they go down the tunnel, and then Artie Severe's leading the boys out. And I'm like, okay, sweet.
And not only that, coming up with a massive turnover pretty much early doors to then for us.
Yeah, it wasn't a perfect performance from him. But
you can't question his heart, man. He is everywhere. Good to see some forwards with some claret too. Ethan de Groot.
One of the great guys, eh?
What a bloke. Heck of a guy. Also, do you expect guys like Segner and that to get a crack this weekend, or do you think that's still too soon?
Yeah, I don't know. I assume they'll give Artie a rest.
Yeah, so
Ruben will play. I would have thought they'll continue with him in his hometown. He was good.
Look, I was worried for him after that opening.
But he bounced back well, eh?
Yeah, he bounced back really well. And he seems like the type of guy, he's a confident dude. But it was good to hear Artie saying, Ruben got us all back in and composed us, gave us a really clear direction that we were going in, throughout the game. He's only a young lad.
He's played 6 tests.
Yeah, and first one at 10? Mm-hmm. So to be able to control a team like that, that's the hardest part of playing 10, and he's barking at a lot of experienced lads.
Yeah, Dave Rennie was laughed, and he was like, he's not afraid to sort of move the lads around the paddock, especially the experienced ones, so that's good to see. Who else do you think, just quickly?
I think Fahy will get a start,
Yeah.
as you said. I wouldn't be surprised if Proctor gets a start
Yeah.
in the 13. I thought Quinn was really good, though. Well, not really good,
He was
but
okay.
good.
He was solid. I just think that combination needs a little bit more work, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if at home. I
Bit
think
more
Geordie
time
will
in saddle, though, I reckon,
I don't know.
together.
I think Geordie will captain the side this week.
Yeah, nice.
Asafa more. I don't think they'll. I think Morby will be on the bench. Maybe. I would have thought Asafa to start, give Cody a week off, and go Samasoni off the bench.
Yeah, part of me wants to roll the same team if it's not injuries, just to build connections.
Yes, I do agree, but I think that if you give everyone in the 34 squad a go this week, that way next week against Ireland, you pick completely the best side that you believe.
Yeah.
That's just where I'd go.
Nah, fair call. I'm looking forward to it.
Should be good in Wellington.
Yeah, looking forward to the team naming as well. Just quickly, too, speaking of footy, before we move into some NRL action, did you see that photo of Rene Ranger on the weekend doing the rounds?
The great Rene Ranger.
What a guy.
I have seen it now, yes.
Laced up for Welsford. He's been playing for them all year. Looks like he's mid-warm-up. He's got a durry in his mouth, both hands taped up. The look on his face says that he is just there, ready to rip in. Imagine being the opposition 12. You've worked all week. You rock up to play some footy with your mates on a Saturday. You look across at the other team's warm-up, probably fresh off punching out 10 high knees. You just see Rene Ranger there, dart, ready to go. You just know, like, that is a real, sorry, coach, I'm not good to go today type moment.
It's the midfield scrum or the wide scrum, set up move, first five gets it, the little block play, but instead of hitting out the back, it's the short ball to Rene Ranger straight on the down line.
And you've seen him steamroll some of the biggest names in world rugby, and unfortunately,
you'd be given 5 points. The referee should just put his hand
Sam
up.
Davies, you're the one copping it that day. Like, that is tough. It did get me thinking, though, we're in a real sweet spot at the moment where Super Rugby's finished, NPC hasn't started. There are some guys playing club footy at the moment that it's a clear mismatch. They are too good for grassroots. It's great to see because it gets bums on seats, and that's what grassroots footy needs. But like, who's the best player lacing up in the club competition at the moment? I'm going to chuck this on socials. Would love to get some people's thoughts. I saw a team list from Auckland Marist 2 weekends ago. They had Cody Vai, they had Tito Harris, they also had Samisi Tupo Ta'ialoa at number 8. If I'm at first 5 and I see that lad steaming off the back of the scrum, that is business decision. That is the calf cramp of doom that has come from nowhere to the point where I can't walk. I have to hit the deck. I'm not letting him get anywhere near me. Fuck that for fun.
Yeah, I saw Ollie Mathis laced up for Waihi over the weekend.
Love that.
Timothy Tavatavanawa played a couple weeks ago in... It would have been in Tasman, I'd assume, because that's his provincial. This was about 3 weeks ago. I saw him lace up. I know Lucas Casey was going to a couple weeks ago up in the north, but he was in the non-finalist All Blacks camp, so he pulled out of that. So I think there's that. Geez, there'd be some good players lacing up. So those are some names. So hopefully the people in the comments can come back with a couple of names.
I remember going to watch Massey play, and they had the PC brothers. They had Anthony Tuitavake. Like, I'm pretty sure Jonah was on the wing for them. It was the year he signed for Harbour. Insane stuff. But let us know who's the best player going around in club footy at the moment. Jason Rutledge, 300th game for his club too the other weekend.
One of the greats.
And his son was playing. His son's just signed with Southland.
Oh, yeah?
That is grassroots footy. That
is grassroots. I can't wait for NPC. I'm gonna hopefully get down to some games this year. That's what I want to get to.
I tell you now, Harbour Heat, they're coming for
Should we make a trip
We're going to the Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah, we are. We've booked that.
100%.
But I reckon we go for a trek. Like, should we become like NPC?
That would be unreal.
Like, let's get a sponsor on board and let's go to some local stadiums, have some chats with some local people.
Yeah. Do you know what I would love to do? And it's a good content idea for next year, is you just go to random grassroots sporting events and do like interviews and make content from the game.
Yeah, that'd be so
good. I was
good.
up north on the weekend and Nangaru FC were playing like Dargaville at 3 p.m.
And you just go down,
north, and I just drove past and I was like, hell yeah, up the road. But I was like, imagine speaking to their captain post-game. Like,
yeah, they're walking off the pitch.
It did not look like they were playing soccer at all.
There'll be no media manager. There'll be no media manager telling us we can't.
There's about 7 people in attendance. Imagine the content, just doing a New Zealand grassroots tour.
I reckon we do a road trip. So we get a van company on board. Let's do a road trip and let's go to like Yarrow Stadium in Taranaki on a Thursday night. And go down to maybe Invercargill, go to the south.
Oh,
what about
Stag Day?
Stag Day.
Should we go to Stag Day?
Would that be one of
That
the
would
great?
be elite. Surely there's a van.
Yeah, if there's
company
anyone
out
in
there.
Southland that wants to have us stay
I
for
want to
a
go
couple nights.
delete some tins with the bucket heads and Manawatu.
Manawatu.
I wanna
Those are
go
some
up
great
north.
grounds.
They'd welcome us up north. That would be
Yeah,
great.
Whangarei. Yeah, we've got some good
Yeah.
fans up there.
Yeah, I want to go now.
So let us know in the comments if anyone's got a bed to stay.
Yeah, let's go to some grassroots code. Get out amongst it. NRL Round 18 done. I'm thankful that this Origin period is pretty much done now. From Friday, I guess we're going to miss Origin players this week, but then from there on out, it's the run home into finals footy. Warriors bye, we banked the 2 points. You love to see that. Origin Wednesday night, of course. We'll touch on that shortly. But Friday night footy saw the Panthers put on a clinic against the Bunnies. Milky Jenkins, I believe
Well, he didn't score that. That try was rubbish, wasn't it?
One of them was. I believe, though, he's on 23 tries now for the
I'll fact
season,
check that.
which is pretty crazy. He is going to get the record in a single season by a country mile. He is in great form. I do not know what Cody Walker was up to with that foot trip. That was one of the...
what was he doing?
Like, that's a Cody Walker play, though, right? He's so great to watch, but geez, sometimes the contest gets the better of him. He's a competitive bloke, and he can make some crazy plays. I thought the Panthers bounced back really nicely in this game. It was interesting to see them shift Blaze Talangi to the centres. I don't know if that's a long-term move from them or if they just wanted to get Cogger and Jack Cole in the mixer, but... Like, obviously, they're down a couple troops. Casey McLean out at the moment, but I thought he would stay at 6 for sure.
Yeah, it was an odd move. I mean, Thomas Jenkins just checked his 25 this season.
25.
Next best, Alex Johnston with 19 and then Dallin has 16. Greg Marju 15 and Will Warbrick 15 as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot of tries in there. Yeah, just on the Panthers, strong performance. Like, it wasn't perfect, but
No.
we got the sense last week that there'd be a big performance or just a bit of a return because of their players that were motivated, like Bizza and other players like that. So it was kind of bog standard Panthers being motivated and just to get the job done, eh?
Yeah, disappointing from the Bunnies. They spoke to Brandon Smith pre-game and he was like, this is a game we should win, but it's Penrith. So,
He was right.
yeah, that was a game on paper that they should win, but the Panthers motivated to bounce back, and that they did. They showed their class. Super Saturday, Dragons, 24, Tigers, 10. Valentine Himes.
That's my most proud NRL tip of the year.
Yeah.
In my opinion, pick the Dragons, you pick the Tigers.
Yes.
And not only that, my boy Valentine Holmes with the double, one of the great picks, I think.
I read him out in the stats, right?
Yeah,
what was
you
it?
did.
6 tries in his last 4 games against
something
the
like that.
Tigers. Well, get on board.
I
Val
didn't
now.
get on him, which I'm disappointed about,
That is
but I did get the
disappointing.
tip right.
Crazy. I thought the young forwards were elite again. You could say that about them every week. They're a team that doesn't roll over and they compete. They're lacking some star power, but that forward pack in 3 or 4 years, if they can keep them together and not be squeezed out by salary cap, you add in Keon, Lukey Metcalf, Scotty Drinkwater, they could be forming a nice little roster there. For the Tigers, geez, they were pretty bang average. I thought Adam Dewey was really good, scored himself a double. I thought Twal was good on return from injury. I thought May was good. But apart from that, obviously the pec injury to Api Korosau, which as a Warriors fan...
How many picks has he done? He would have done a couple in his time. I seem to remember that he's done one before.
Oh, really?
I might be completely wrong with that. But I think I saw a stat that he's done it a couple times.
I'm willing to back you in. You said it with conviction. So
I say a lot of things with conviction.
Yeah, that's a massive loss for them, though. I think they're done. I think they're done now.
Yeah, I mean, 10 points, and was all of them from Adam Dewey? No, Matt had one conversion. But, like... disappointing.
It looked like a lack of effort.
And that's what they had during the season in abundance.
Yeah.
The effort. That was like the effort plays. Like you remember the performance against the Warriors. They were good, but like it was effort plays. It was the want to win. They had Benji was sort of loving it on the sideline, and now it's completely different, right? I mean, on the Dragons, I love their forward pack.
Yeah.
And I do have a lot of them on fantasy, but I think Ryan Couchman and Toby, like, I watched, I don't know which brother it was, but at Magic Round, someone made something like 55 tackles, one of the Couchman brothers.
Yeah.
Then he like hobbled off, and they're just workmanlike. And then when you add Lukey Met.
Yeah, those two, there's Stewart, Egan, and then Big Loco. He's been good lately too.
If you just hold those players, you get some experience around them with the likes of Val Holmes and players like that.
Helen Gahu, he goes good too, another young forward.
I don't think they're far away next year.
Nah,
they're not going to win.
They might fight for the 8 or top 10, which would be a massive improvement for them. Like, that was their second win of the season.
Is Drinkwater confirmed?
Yeah, he's confirmed.
Yeah, so if you got Drinkwater, Lukey Met, you got players like that, you got their young forward pack, Keon, like, that's a top 8
side.
side.
Sammy as well.
Philip Sami.
Yeah,
Sandwich.
like that. Yeah, the sandwich.
Maybe, but
So-
I just know that that's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, for sure. Now, they could be building something.
They could.
Tigers, though, yeah, pretty disappointing effort from
Yeah.
them. Another team that I think is well and truly done, Broncos. They went down 16 points to 28 to the Sharks. For the Sharks, just the usual suspects stood out for them. I actually thought the Broncos tried hard. I don't think you could say it was a lack of effort. It's just execution that, again, lets them down. But Cronulla, just too strong in the end. I expected more of a score, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you did. But also with when you look at the box score, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For the Broncos, like Corey Pikes, Duffy, Perham, Mariner. It's like it's a lack of household names.
Oh,
in
they
that.
were.
You know
was
what I mean?
A real skeleton team that they named. I thought Hayes Perham was really good on the weekend.
Yeah, they've got some those are good NRL players, but I just mean it's the difference to the last year when Tony Staggs would have scored, or Reece Walsh, or Payne Haas, like players like that.
Yeah,
it's good that they'll get Paddy Carrigan back after Origin.
Yeah, well, he's named
gets
to
through.
play, right? So he'll get through. I don't know who they've got this week, but if they are playing, then everyone will need to back up. That's for damn sure.
No, they've got to buy.
Oh, they've got to buy.
And then the Panthers
probably
away.
Perfect timing for them. Ooh, tough run post-bye, but hopefully they'll have Billy Walters back then too. They basically have to win out from here, which I can't see happening. Sunday, Eels 23, Manly 14. Disappointing performance from Manly. Feel like Turbo still looks a bit underdone. Looks like he shouldn't quite be out there yet. They weren't firing on all cylinders, that's for sure. The Eels, again, never roll over. A punchy team that on their day can score some points. Shout out to Dylan Walker. What a ball from him for that Kaumatuolangi try. How he's off to the Super League next year. Like, I get he's 31, turning 32 at the end of this year. But he is a great buy. He's been one of Para's best. He's too good to go to the Leeds Rhinos, unless it was crazy amount of money. I think he's linking up with Brad Arthur, so not the worst deal for him, but I feel like he's still by far and away an NRL level talent. He was so good for us. He's been bloody good for them.
Yeah, you also see those ones where they think that there's not much more for them going.
Yeah.
And then they start playing well, and then they announce the move that they'd already done at the start of the season. And you're like,
what the heck?
It's the Fifi Young and offer thing. It's like he signed the deal before he even started. Now he's like an All Black. So I think those are difficult signatures, because if you get offered one, you're going to take it, right, that pay upgrade, and then all of a sudden you start playing unbelievable footy.
And clubs come knocking. Shout out to the Whinianga actually.
Yes.
Good little segue. Obviously, Fehed debuts for the All Blacks. Then the day after, his younger brother debuts in the NRL for the Dolphins. That is a talented family, man.
Yeah, good players. Elite players. South Auckland, through and through.
Yeah.
Love that. And yeah, I mean, I liked his little cameo, actually. Solid player. I mean, it's an interesting one how he can get a call up, because he's a little bit back, right? He's 3 or 4 players back.
Yeah.
So
they obviously trusted the bloke.
Trust him.
Had a good game. Knights in the end, 13 points to 12. So the streak is over for the Finns. The Knights now in the top 4 and looking damn good too. This is a big win for them without KP, and Brady Best, obviously, but KP does so much of their playmaking.
We wanted a draw.
Yes.
In everything, we wanted a draw,
It was pretty damn close to do that. Dylan Brown, his first field goal of his career. I thought Dylan Lucas was really good too. That pack has turned out to be really damn good for
and
a
we
name. One that was
lot
lacking
of shit
names,
about
right?
them.
Yeah. But some guys that aren't household names have really stood up and turned into bloody good players. So well done to the Knights. They're on a nice little roll as well. I think they've won 7 of their last 8 or something like that.
Without KP as well.
Yeah, which their win rate was horrible without KP.
They just got some elite backline players. Like, it's kind of like the Dolphins too. I know that their 4-pack is going well, but if you read out the Knights like Dom Young, Fletcher Sharp, Greg Marju, Dane Gagai experience, and I know Greg Marju is too, but if you think about that, that's just that's free-flowing rugby league. That's like when KP comes out the back, when Fletcher Sharp's in the halves, you've got that ability to break the game open like the Finns do.
Yeah, scary attacks.
Yeah.
I was surprised it was 13 points to 12 in an arm wrestle, but that's 2 weeks in a row now where the Knights have really gone in low-scoring games. I feel like there's a referee shift, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Less set restarts.
Which is, it's such an odd way to do the NRL refereeing. They always go through these phases with specific rules, don't they?
Oh, remember that high shot one where it was just people were getting binned? And in Vegas, 3 years ago,
I remember last year, the one that really annoyed me was the play the ball one.
Oh, the foot on the ball.
Because how ruthless were they in the first couple of weeks and in preseason.
Yeah.
And then they just put it away.
Up until Origin 1, there's always a crackdown, and you just got to ride the wave, and then it just dies from there. But it's like Volandi sits them down, and he's like, right, this year we're going at this.
I have not seen a play the ball one on that, like, foot one, like, since 2 years ago when it came in.
I have to say the Broncos fucked up about 15 play the balls in their
Oh, I just mean that specific rule of when it doesn't touch the foot.
But, geez, that was frustrating. They couldn't even play the damn ball. Madge must have been going crazy. But, yeah, another crackdown that they've let swing by. But I'm actually quite grateful for it. I quite like where the game is at now. It's in a nice little balance of...
They tend to do that, eh?
Yeah, it always works itself out. Tipping, speaking of working itself out, it is not for me at the moment. You led 38-31 coming in with a buffer of 7. You now have a buffer of 9. Congratulations for that. Panthers Bunnies, we both went the Panthers. You went by 8. I went by less. You got that one, of course. Dragons Tigers, you went the Drags. I went the Tigers. Silly old me. Now we've talked mad shit about the Tigers. They'll probably be fired up for this Friday
The
night.
margin's so difficult, right?
Oh, we were talking about it off air. It makes it seem like I know nothing, but it's the margins that are getting us every time, or getting me.
Yeah, but also like the setting the margin's difficult because I don't know. But also when I do like 8, it's actually doesn't give you much wiggle room.
Nah.
8, unless you genuinely think it's going to go to Golden Point.
And there's been a lot of teams that are unpredictable this year, and that I think because the comp's so close, like anyone could rock up on their day type vibe. So there's been a few of those.
Oh, they're rolling in the excuses.
Broncos Sharks, we both went the Sharks. You went by 14, I went by more. You got that one. Eels Manly, we both went Manly, so no one gets that. And then Knights Finns, you went Finns by 10, I went less. So finally finished the weekend. I thought I was going to be on the nudie run there, but that was good to see.
Did you pick the Knights?
I went.
Did we both pick the Knights? What, you just said the Finns. You said I went by the Finns.
I went none.
No, I'm pretty sure you did win one.
Nah, so it's 3-0.
I picked the Sharks by under 14, right?
Yeah,
you had overs. I had the Dragons. We both picked the Eagles, and we both picked the Finns.
Yeah, so you got it.
And the
I was a donut.
So I'm up by 10. 41-31
there. 41-31.
Origin.
Yes.
Tipping.
Yep. And just in general.
In general, yeah.
In general, obviously Wednesday night, big game. Deciders at Suncorp typically don't go New South Wales way. We have a shocking record. We have won a couple in the past. Guys like Bradman Best, he's won every time he's played a decider at Suncorp. So that's what I'm hoping.
Once,
we are
or twice?
Relying on. Hey, doesn't matter about the nitty-gritties, mate. I'm pretty sure he's won 2 deciders, Brady Best. Yeah. Not at Suncorp, but he's won 2 deciders. I do think this is a very strong New South Wales side that we have picked. Couple selections there that I'd still tinker around with. Brian To'o, probably still keep him on the wing. I think the key for New South Wales is to win the middle. I feel like this forward pack on paper is insane, and we haven't dominated that area of the park yet. When you've got Mitch Barnett, Payne Haas, Isaiah Yeo, Cam Murray, Hudson Young, Liam Martin, like, you should not be losing that middle battle. And if we allow Queensland and Cam Munster and Sam Walker to play fast footy, we are absolutely done for. If we dominate the middle and just say, fuck, we are finally underdogs in an Origin game, which is about damn time, if we just go through the front door and try kick the door in, that is our best chance. If we try play fast, fuck it footy against that Queensland side, they ooze creativity, and for some reason we don't. I think it's 5 out of our 20 games. We have struggled under Laurie Daly to even score over 3 tries, which isn't going to be enough. This needs to be a 20 points to 16 grind in New South Wales' favour. It needs to be low scoring, and we need to dominate the middle. I think defensively we'll be better. That Cobbo edge around Mark is where Queensland will go, 100%, because defensively he can be a liability. I think I have Crichton inside him. I think I have Liam Martin and Nathan Cleary. So I think that edge is going to be a whole lot more secure. But Queensland scare me. I'm a Blues fan. I've convinced myself that we're in with a shot for this one. But I could also see a world where we just get pantsed.
I think you're in with a shot. But the biggest thing that I took from what you just said was that you guys have the creativity also and the backline players to play razzle-dazzle and actually look dangerous with ball in hand, like the Finns do, like other teams do when they're full strength. I just think that you're not.
Yeah.
I'll get you. I don't want to get you
No,
started.
well, that's the thing, though, right? Because I feel like we have the teams to do it. I just don't trust our interchange rotation or our game plan to do it. And I feel like on paper, we're actually a better team. But I know Billy will motivate better, and I know he will use his interchanges better. Where I feel like we start reasonably well, kind of, and then it comes down to coaching, and we get things wrong.
Yeah, you've got to be in the game to start. So a strong start, which is, you don't normally have a really, really strong start, but you're in the game, right? Yeah, I feel like you've got to be coached at the right time to use your backs, to use your exciting outside backs. Yeah, I struggle to think that you're going to completely dominate the middle. And because you tend to kind of half play exciting footy and half play through the middle. Whereas if you fully focused on doing the middle that then warranted going to the fuck it footy, you'd actually improve rather than just doing 50-50 and without sort of a game plan. That's kind of the sense I get with New South Wales, that you're doing both just like full hammer and tongs rather than full hammer and tongs and then taking your opportunities when you go wide.
I'm a little bit worried about our backfield in terms of meters. I think losing or like going away from that Penrith method, which has worked well for us as a backfield, means our forwards are going to have to carry more of the load. I'm hoping that gets them more in the game, though. This is the opportunity for New South Wales here to just have a swing. Like, everyone is expecting Queensland to win. They've been the better team all series. It's at Suncorp. They should get up. This is a chance just to be like, fuck it, let's have a red-hot crack and see what happens. Because the quality is there. It's just whether we can get into the wrestle and slow the game down enough to allow our long kicking game and all that type of stuff which suits us, which matches up well for us to come into play. And I still couldn't tell you who's coming off the interchange bench. Someone is going to miss out. Better not be Hamole. But someone is going to miss out on minutes.
Is Ashley Klein referring again?
AK-47, I'll have a look.
Yeah, I think for Queensland just to swiftly move on, I struggle to, we're going to win the game off the ground.
Whoa.
Well, who is it?
No, you're just saying that you're going to win the game.
We are going to win the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is Ashley Klein. Of course it is.
Yeah. How do you think they will refer out?
It'll be whistle away type stuff again, unless there's anything crazy.
I can't remember back to what Game 2 was like.
Game 2 wasn't too bad. A few people saying that people should have been sent like KP was, but that was a different collision there. I feel like it was... It's whistle away more than normal, for damn sure. But the
Game 3
refereeing didn't
decider?
matter because we just got dominated. No. Decider, even more so. You
don't deserve to win the game.
Suncorp's going to be crazy. Caxton Street's going to be humming. Part of me wishes I was there. A few mates of mine did a drunk decision at full time of Game 2, booked flights, and now they're heading across. And I'm a little bit jealous.
Are they going to the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are. At the same time, if it goes wrong, I will not be jealous because you just cop it non-stop. But I reckon this is going to be a really damn good game. And I'm excited about the free swing opportunity for the Blues.
Yeah, if they take it that way, right? And if they actually play with that much freedom and that attack. I get the feeling that Laurie's going to have a little bit more of his hands on and trying to make it
final game at the helm. He's going to...
Less trying to give them the freedom to do that. I feel like it might be a little bit more of, let's go down the middle, but let's throw it wide. So I got my doubts.
Quickly, while we're on the pod, Dallin extends through to 2028.
Oh, brilliant.
That's great news. Good to see DWZ. He deserves it. Deserves another contract. Of course, a little bit of an injury at the moment. Might see Luke Laulili this week. I'm excited for Team Naming Tuesday. He might be straight in for Dal, which will be good. Loffy,
how is that calf?
I believe... He could be back. He's got a few boxes to tick.
Oh, I don't like those ones.
We'll find out tomorrow night, but he seems keen and good to go.
Calves can just...
No, exactly. So this was last week. He still has to prove himself 100%, but we'll know Team Naming Tuesday. I think we might see Luke thrown straight in up against his old side.
How long has he been in the country for?
He was here the day that the signing was announced. He was good to go. Wife met him, said he's a lovely bloke.
Nice.
So there we go. We like good people at the club. NRLW too as well. Shout out to the Warriors women. 32 points to 10 over the Dogs. Key takeaways for me, our left edge on attack is deadly. Gail Broughton and co are just going to pick teams apart. And I love that combo of her and Patricia Maliepo in the 7. Our forward pack is big, powerful, hits hard, carries hard. Scary sight for opposition teams.
Too.
Yeah, skillful as well. I thought Jasmine Hurawai was unreal off the bench at hooker. Her service was elite. She's a rugby convert, and you can really tell.
Quick pass.
She rips it like a rugby halfback. And I think she might end up being a starter and a key get for us this year. You got to keep in mind, too, that was without Stacey Waka, without Mele Hufanga, without Ivana Lautiti as well. Gutted to lose Peyton Takimoana to injury. It looked like it could have been reasonably bad. She's a great strike winger. But I was really impressed with, it wasn't it didn't go all their way. It was frustrating at times, watching it play out. A lot of errors in our own half, in particular in the first half.
That'll
When
When
we did strike, it was bang, 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 and we showed the class. And the Dogs aren't the worst side going around in the comp.
Nah, they're not. They're not a dangerous side to like win the premiership. I don't think. I see a lot of people sort of ruled us out, or someone was talking someone was talking about who can win the competition.
Yeah,
and it was a social video, and then the social video came up, and it was like, oh yeah, the Broncos can win.
It was 2-horse race.
The Broncos, the
Roosters,
and then they said, oh, who's a third team? And then they were like, was it the Titans?
Yeah, something like
well,
that.
There was another team that they threw in, and they're like, oh, they're probably the only other one that can win the comp. And I was like, nah, get a grip. I think the biggest takeaway, good win.
Yep.
22 points. Also, they looked good doing it. And the third thing is that's without 3 really good players.
Yep.
I know they're going to lose Taki Moana, but I feel like having strike on both sides when Meli Hufanga comes back, Stacey Walker, like players like that, if they can sort of find a way to have them on both edges, like a couple of people on both edges. Imagine teams with Meli Hufanga. They're going to be like, holy shit, how are we going to stop Meli Hufanga? Then once they all power over, then you can get the tactics right, swing it right, swing it left.
The momentum we can generate with that 4-pack and then the strike out wide is pretty crazy. We've got the Raiders this week. They had a good win over the Dragons, so that'll be another good test for us. Get on the wagon now if you're not already on. Or else the bandwagon's going to fall out. Like, this team is a contender. The Aussies are going to realise it. They probably have now, and they're like, oh shit, the Warriors are the real deal. But they are going to be New Zealand's other team shortly. Like, the public support around this team is going to pick up massively.
FMG Stadium, I didn't see the crowd.
Yeah, decent.
Okay.
Sunday Arvo.
The one side?
Yeah, the one side,
that's good.
yeah.
Good
but
start.
like, they were giving it the big ones. They were vocal. And again, I think these games are really going to pick up the more they go on.
And first week too, it's like people will now figure out that, oh, shit, that was on. Like, in case they didn't know. You get that with a lot of things, right? It's like, oh, shit, that's on.
And a win.
And next week,
a win does a lot for teams, in particular in New Zealand.
Raiders away?
Yes, Raiders away. So first time on the road, so that'll be good to see. FIFA World Cup too, just quickly. We've mentioned England. What a game that was. We're heading into the round of 16 now. Rough day for Aussie in terms of lost on shootouts, then lost the Wallabies as well. Tough day for Australian sport on Saturday, but they did pretty well, man. They did do pretty damn good.
Yeah, the Socceroos, they did. I can be proud of the performance.
Yeah.
I think they'll want some moments back. It's probably the buzzword of this podcast.
Yes.
But it's you can't really be upset with that.
No.
Around a 32 loss. Egypt are a good side. They weren't that good against us, but they've sort of worked into the tournament. Round of 16, should we go through it?
Yeah. Also, shout out to Paraguay for beating Germany.
Upset of the tournament.
Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing that result. There were some other games that were almost upset of the tournament.
Oh, tomorrow though, 7 a.m.
Mate, that is criminal that is a round of 16 game. Portugal versus Spain. That is way too quality of a contest to be this early in the comp.
And then look at the quarterfinals. A couple of quarterfinals already have been set.
Pretty crazy, yeah. England, Norway, right?
France, Morocco on Friday, 8 a.m. That's just brilliant.
Mate, Argentina, Egypt will be a good game. This is in the round of 16.
And then it'll be Portugal, Spain, or USA, Belgium.
Yep.
And then it's some good games.
France look damn good.
Do you think USA will get up against Belgium? I think Belgium are...
flaky-ish, but they've kind of hit their straps over the last couple.
Very late.
Yeah. I think France have been the best team for me so far.
Yeah, they weren't that great yesterday, but I agree. They're gonna be hard to stop. They've just got elite players everywhere around the park. Mbappe, Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo. Like, man, there are some stars in this tournament.
Brazil gone this morning. Neymar announced that it's him done for international footy.
Mug.
And there's some chat that Ronaldo has said that this will be his last dance in the international
He is
space
42,
too.
I think.
Yeah, 41. It's crazy. There's a bit of a passing of the guard, right? And guys like Haaland and that are the superstars
Michael
now.
Olise.
But it's sad to see these like superstars. It's similar to when Fed and all those guys, Nadal, kind of bowed out in the tennis world, right? These are players, me in particular, that I've spent my whole life watching and loving.
Yeah, same with like Neymar. Like Neymar, I grew up watching the Barcelona era of Luis Suarez, Neymar, Messi. Great player in his day. I don't mean he's that much of a mug. I just mean today, like, came on. it was almost a political decision for him
Yeah.
to come on. It's like his last World
And
Cup.
then gets the penalty.
And then gets the penalty. And then he's giving out the big ones to the goalkeeper, who
Yeah.
actually was superb during the game, made some great saves. And then he was giving it to him. And I was like, nah, it's just not on.
Yeah, not.
And
the
then he
one, is it?
announces retirement.
Yeah. Yeah, one big soap opera.
Yeah, it
damn
is,
Sure. But
definitely.
looking forward to these round of 16s
good
and
games.
then the quarters. It is going to be juicy. Get up, England. But we'll be back at some stage later in the week, either Wednesday
Origin
or
review.
Thursday. We've got Origin review, we've got All Blacks team naming, so maybe Thursday is
Warriors.
the one. The Warriors, can't wait for that. Teamless Tuesday has some significance. We are Friday night footy, the Wars, taking on the Tigers, so looking forward to that. That's redemption round for me. Of course, the venue where Lecker just broke Tigers' hearts. So I'm
Tongue
so
out.
keen. He's back as well.
Yep.
Keen to see if he's in the centres, what we do around the team. There's a lot of selection possibilities for this one, and I can't wait to see what Webby does.
Tall Blacks got us a double overtime win as well.
Yes, against the Philippines,
which wasn't
right.
a home game. Well, it was.
Commonwealth
But
games are in like 2 weeks.
see, the netballers have just headed off.
Like, when did that come about? It's
Well,
in Scotland,
unfortunately,
eh?
the Commonwealth Games is sort of, it's not folding. It's just gaining a little bit less significance each time. Love what the Commonwealth Games is, though, so
Yeah.
we'll get around it.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
it's
What a sporting calendar we've got at the moment, though.
and then NBA's a couple of months, isn't it?
Until LeBron, I still don't have a team.
No, you don't.
A lot of chat, though, so looking forward to seeing where that's going. Yeah, it's all go at the moment. So looking forward to Thursday's pod. Catch you then. In the meantime, go well.